Now welcome back to another episode of No Money Spent. Real quick, we're going to reintroduce the series because I'm about to start fresh. So we have a team full of common players. The only way we could replace these common players is with the 3-game, 6-game, 9-game, 12-game, and if we go flawless reward from Battle Royale. We go ahead and replace these players until we have a team full of Battle Royale cards. Once we have that, then we can go ahead and take the team into ranked seasons and try to hit World Series. Now, an important factor in this is you cannot redraft, and whatever you get from the standard pack from Battle Royale, you can't use it towards the team. Right now, it's time for us to go ahead and draft. And just to show you all, I restarted, team full of commons. Let's go ahead and hop into it. I felt like I was drafting in a strategy that was not my own, and I just want to go ahead and draft how I normally draft, and I think that will go ahead and turn my Battle Royale runs around. So I like Tony Watson a lot here. Sinker, changeup, slider. Not the best arsenal in the world, but he's a lefty, and a pretty good one at that. Luckily for us, we get Charlie Blackmon. He has 61 fielding, so that means it is bronze. Hopefully it can survive out there. Cole Hamels, I like his arsenal. He doesn't throw anything above 95 although, so that might be a little bit troublesome. I think that we can also go with Bo. He has good all-around numbers, and he's not a bad shortstop at all. We haven't used Yoenis Cespedes on this account. I think in general, I'm going to go with Bo, even though I felt a little reluctant right there. So we have another righty, slider changeup. Don't really like his numbers too much. And then we have this righty from the bullpen who throws 96 miles per hour, has a curveball changeup. Not really liking too much of these arsenals. We could go with the first baseman here since they're the easiest position to replace. And I think I am going to go ahead and waste this bronze round on a first baseman. Matt Harvey, pretty good arsenal. I like what I see, 60 walks per 9. I think we can use him if we absolutely have to. We'll get the center fielder here. Not really an easy position to replace, but with what we have available, that was probably the best option in terms of which positions to go ahead and fill out. I don't really like Pedro. Chirinos is not too bad, and honestly speaking, Chirinos is the best option there. I'd rather save left field for Jock Peterson as he just came out, or maybe even Juan Soto or Joey Gallo. That's generally what I like saving left field for. So here, I like Moncada a lot. I also like Rob Nen a lot. We're going to be a little bit more reliant on our bullpen, so I'm going to go with Rob Nen in that situation. I love David Robertson. I love Brian Anderson too, but David Robertson has been so clutch for me in so many Battle Royale runs. Let's see what this bronze throws. Not really any overpowering pitches. I like Chavez because he has a lot of pitches to use. Patrick Wisdom is probably not a bad option to have on the bench. His vision is atrocious though, so we'll pick up another bronze here. Brandon McKay, I like him just for the simple fact that he's a bat off the bench if we run out of bats. And not only that, but of course he's a pitcher as well. Michael Lorenzen, he's actually pretty glitchy in terms of his release. Raisel Iglesias, he's been one of the best bullpen arms out of Battle Royale for a while now. Sean Newcomb, not a bad arsenal. I think it's a pretty good one actually. So we'll go ahead and pick him up. Now we have a pretty interesting decision to make. We can go with Osuna here. We can go with Donaldson. I think we go with Donaldson rather than Osuna because everybody has seen Osuna so much that I feel like he's just the easiest pitcher in the world to read right now. We'll take the common catcher just because I'm looking for an upgrade either to the starting rotation or to the bullpen. Here we can get Carlos Correa. What do we need though? We need a catcher, we need a first baseman, and we need a center fielder. Those are the most important positions right now. Now, I do know Josh Donaldson can go ahead and play first base for us. So, what we might end up doing is moving Bo to third or moving Bo. We'll figure it out. But I think Carlos Correa, overall, he's the best available option that we have right here. We get ourselves Gleyber Torres, who I would love to pick up, of course. But unfortunately, we do need a catcher, and I'm afraid I won't see another catcher. So I'll take Wilson Contreras. I do like German Marquez. He's pretty easy to control. We do need a center fielder a lot more than we need a starting pitcher, although. So I'll take Bo. And then look at that. We would have gotten ourselves another center fielder regardless. So let's see what we need right now. We already got a catcher. We got ourselves a shortstop. and we got a center fielder. I think we filled out every single position of need in terms of the lineup, but of course we still have a couple of good hitters here that we can go ahead and take full advantage of, or we can take Christy Mathewson. Now, if anybody sits back on Christy, it's pretty much game over. So I think I'll take the platoon hitter here in Hicks, probably actually use him in center field. Here, I'm going with most likely, let me see what's stronger. My bullpen seems a lot stronger than my starting rotation. So we only have one silver in the starting rotation. Gio Gonzalez doesn't have anything that's really overpowering. Luke Jackson, he has an overpowering fastball, so we'll pick him up. And then Mike Soroka, he's going to be our final starting pitcher since our bench is pretty much stacked out. I do want to pick up a catcher. Well, Wilson Contreras is pretty fast, so we'll go with speed here since we don't really need to pinch hit for Wilson Contreras, let's say. So we got the catcher right there, Josh Donaldson. You can play first base, so we'll put you there. Bo, you have 68 fielding, right? You can play second and third. What does Sandberg have? Well, I think the best available lineup that we're going to have is putting Bo at third and leaving Carlos at short. I think Bo is still a bronze fielder at third since he has 68 fielding. His reaction takes a little bit of a hit, but it's still bronze as well. So that should be good enough to survive out there in center field. Now, I like Byron Buxton a lot. I like Aaron Hicks a lot. And in terms of fielding, pretty much Byron Buxton is 100% the better defender. But at the same time, I like Aaron Hicks just because of the ability to be a switch hitter. We have a bunch of righties on the lineup, so maybe him coming from the bench isn't the best available decision for me. It definitely is a hard decision here because we can have Byron Buxton off the bench or we can have Aaron Hicks. I think we just keep Byron Buxton in the lineup because defense wins games, in Battle Royale, so that's what we're going to do. I like Donaldson a lot. I like Correa a lot. We're going to put Sandberg to hit second, and then it's between Donaldson and Correa. I like probably Correa hitting third since he has reverse splits, so he in a way backs up Ryan Sandberg. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna put Jock to hit fourth. We're gonna make Donaldson then be the backup to Jock, and then we have Bo, Buxton, and Contreras. Contreras is an all-around better hitter than Bo, so he's gonna hit sixth, and then we'll put Byron Buxton to hit all the way at eighth. So far, I'm liking the lineup. When we look at the bench, we have probably the best bench bat possible in Aaron Hicks. Evan White is not too bad. I've used him a lot in Showdown. And then in terms of the bullpen, I kind of like this bullpen. We have ourselves 3 reliable righties. Actually 4 if you count Michael Lorenzen, who definitely is a reliable righty. And then you have yourself Tony Watson as your 5th. And then I've never really used these 2, but I do like their arsenals, so that should be interesting. In terms of the starting rotation, not the best starting rotation in the world. We have 2 aces, and then we have a pinch hitter in Brandon McKay. And then all around, I like all their arsenals. So we're feeling good about this. Let's head into Battle Royale, and let's go ahead and kill it. Now, something that I forgot to explain that I'll briefly explain right here is that whatever you get from your Battle Royale rewards, you must lock it in instantly. So if we go flawless, we can't sell the pack in order to make stubs and upgrade the team. From Battle Royale rewards, we have to lock in instantly. We can sell from the pack in order to make stubs and continue having Battle Royale runs. But if you go 3-0, 6-0, 9-0, 12-0, whatever you obtain, you have to lock it in. Let's go ahead and let's have a fun game. Ozzie Smith was probably going to do the flip, but I skipped it unfortunately. So you guys don't get to see that. Charlie Blackmon, it's time for him to put in some work. All I'm looking to do is turn on one right here. That was one to turn on. That was a 12-6, I believe, that we got perfect fly ball on. And that's going to be a solo shot to start off the game. Welcome to the kingdom, Charlie Blackmon. Let's keep it up. Jock, he literally bunts on a check swing. Didn't want to swing at that just because I noticed it was outside of the strike zone once again. And I had just told myself, stop swinging at pitches outside of the strike zone. So it was that kind of process, but the check swing, it ended up working out for us. That's gonna be a fly ball where his left fielder completely teleported. We just got underneath it. Good popped. Got to do a better job there. Let's go with an inside sinker. 1-2 count. The vision on this card allows him to literally foul anything off. That's why On the bottom right, you can see that we have 8 pitches so far in this at bat because it's almost impossible to strike him out. He was able to swing at a pitch that almost hit him and foul it off, and then he gets jammed and gets himself a base hit. So that might be the type of card he is. So what's important here is we look at the base runner. Do not allow him to go at any moment. One thing I do want to say is a lot of people, okay, he took a lead, which makes me believe he might be planning on stealing, and I was ready just in case to gun him out. That's why I quick pitched. But a lot of people, they mess up the timing of their meter whenever they do quick pitch or whenever they do see the runner stealing, and it's very important for you just to stay focused and just let it happen. If it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. Not much you can do about it. Hopefully the double play here. Sandberg unable to throw him out at first, or 26 stealing, so he's not gonna get a great jump unless my opponent is a professional, base runner. He got himself an inside sinker. I was late on it, but I was able to bloop it in there, and that's gonna be a double, it seems like, because I'm not sure what happened with his fielders. Seems like he said enough is enough. He might end up quitting out, and we advance to 1-0. Let's go ahead and head into our second game. Now, if you've liked what you have seen so far, make sure you go ahead and hit that red subscribe button if you haven't already, and turn on that notification bell. Also, make sure you go ahead and hit that like button as well. We have Soroka on the mound again. Since he's a 78 overall, let's go for 78 likes on this video. Now, if you're looking to connect with me on a bigger platform or on a different platform other than YouTube, something more private, you can also follow me on all social medias, Instagram and Bhlademyst, or Instagram and Twitter at Bhlademyst, just how it's spelled on the YouTube channel username. Let's lock in. It's a little bit difficult to read the ball right now because of the sun. Not exactly the best batter's box in the world, but it seems like this Charlie Blackmon doesn't care because he's a cheat code. So welcome to the kingdom once again. So far, definitely the MVP of this run. I mean, 2 at-bats, 2 home runs. There's not really much more you can ask for. So now we got Jock Peterson up to hit. He gets himself a curveball that he's going to lift in between the first and second base bag. We're going to get ourselves an easy double. And up next, I believe it's Josh Donaldson, so hopefully he can drive him in. For a right-hander, it's a lot more difficult for me to see the ball, I should say, as we were good there. Need to work on that PCI placement, although. Need to start squaring up pitches a lot more. And he throws me a slider to start things off. I was sitting on it. Got good okay, although. Probably would have preferred good in terms of PCI placement, but I'll take that. We got a 1-run lead. We got to be able to maintain it. So the reason I brought in Soroka to start off this game as well is because we didn't use the bullpen in our previous game. So why waste another starting pitcher's energy when I can bring in Soroka? He pitches to 3 hitters, hopefully, and then we take him out. Or if he doesn't end up pitching to 3 hitters and he has to pitch to more, we're just aiming for a first inning out of him. Once he gets the first inning done, we're going to be going to the bullpen. That's why I warmed up the 2 best bullpen arms we currently got, as he was late on that changeup in my opinion, but some way, somehow, he was still able to make some good contact on it. And you guys saw where the ball appeared on the wall. Oh, he was actually good in terms of timing, so excuse me there. I just wasn't expecting it. As he gets a sinker, probably was good in terms of timing there too. It was just a greatly placed pitch, and Soroka is done for the day. Bo gets a sinker inside. That's good. Right in the middle of the PCI, and the common fielder is going to be able to track that down. So not much I could do there. We get a slider, and he's going to do exactly what I asked for. He got himself a base hit. I don't understand how some of those contact results could be weak when the ball is inside the PCI. If the ball is inside the PCI and it is 100% fully inside of the PCI, I don't believe you should ever get a contact result such as weak. I don't think you should get popped. I think it should be either okay depending on how far from the middle it is, but if it's closer to the middle than the outside edge, it should always be good. That was a good outside sinker. I felt like I just needed to fight that pitch off, and I ended up chasing outside of the strike zone. Early in terms of timing as well, so not the best timing in the world. Now we're going to bring in Raisel Iglesias, and hopefully he can come in, shut the door, and pitch for 2 innings, so we don't have to use anyone else out of the bullpen. and apparently he's instantly gonna go ahead and give up a solo shot. Hopefully my boy Byron can make the grab, but unfortunately that was not the case. Tie ball game. At least we got our best hitters coming up next inning. So now we got ourselves 2 outs. All we need is 1 more here, and we have probably one of the best batting stances in the game, as he gets himself a single. We're gonna give Iglesias a mound visit just to see if it gives him a boost of confidence, and that it does. So that was very good on us to do, and we gave him a fastball, blew it past him, and get ourselves the 3rd out. Got a full count to Correa, gotta fight off anything close. And we'll take ball 4. That's gonna bring up Jock Peterson with a runner on first. Jock can definitely make this a 2-run ball game. Okay, that was weird. I thought he was 100% gonna step or at least throw to second base. It seems like he thought that was a line drive instead of a grounder. And that was a slider that Josh Donaldson made sure he absolutely did not miss to give us a 2-run lead. So unfortunately, Jock couldn't do it, but Donaldson comes in. He does just that. Welcome to the kingdom, big boy. That was very much needed. So he brings in Mike Moustakas. I'm going to leave in Raisel Iglesias just because I believe he can give me 1 more inning. He gives me 1 more inning, and we'll be good to go in terms of not using the bullpen. He gives up a base hit to start things off, which is fine. Not too much for us to worry about. A changeup underneath the strike zone could give us a ground ball, or one inside the strike zone could give us a ground ball. And that will allow us to hopefully get this final out and save the bullpen for games 2 and 3 if it's needed, of course. I'm going with an inside sinker to JD. Not really inside, a little bit outside, but we get the fly ball regardless. That is going to advance us to 2-0. And that is going to end today's episode. So if you did end up enjoying today's content, make sure you hit that like button and the subscribe button. Don't forget to follow me on all social medias at Bhlademyst. Click on the channel, click on playlist, No Money Spent Battle Royale. That's where you will find this from episode number 1, which is going to be this one, since we are restarting the series. And also, make sure you click on the channel, community tab, interact with me there. And have a blessed day and night. Stay positive, stay safe, stay blessed. Take care of yourself, your family, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Thank you for all the support. Love you all. Peace out.